Hi guys, Dazzie here with episode 2 of my comic book print runs, and this time I'm showcasing the month of October. A shout out to Brian Springman over at Comic Book Speculation Facts for bringing these to my attention. So here are the initial orders estimated print runs for October and 49 of the highlights below. Obviously guys, you know how it works. The lower the print run, generally the book is going to be more sought after and more valuable. Not always the case, but in most cases that is true. Okay, first up we have number 1, Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider, issue 1. 88,293 copies, wow. The Ji Hyung Lee 1 in 100 incentive, there are just 885 copies or less. Venom Annual 1, of which there were 2 covers, one of them being that stunning Bill Sienkiewicz cover B, which I grabbed. I'm surprised that there are so many. There are 75,032 copies of that book. Yet I found that Venom Annual Sienkiewicz cover to be quite hard to find. But I guess there's like, I don't know, nearly 40,000 of those. Catwoman 4. Of course, Archim's been doing the B variants for that. 72,130. So again, you've got to half it, haven't you? You've got an A and a B cover, simple maths. Wonder Woman, issue 56. Jenny Friesen does the cover Bs. Obviously 2 covers of 56, there were 55,178. Now, none of these are going to show you much spec, not much bang on your buck. There are the odd exception, like I think it's New Mutants, 98 with Deadpool. That was mass produced, but that is obviously a major character. So still commanding good dollar. Number 5, Wonder Woman and Justice League Dark Witching Hour. I picked this up recently. That was number 1. Of course, Riccardo Federici did the cover Bs. There are 48,946 of that book. In at 6, Black Panther versus Deadpool 1. 44,533. There's an Adi Granoff 1 in 50 incentive, and that has just 890 covers or less. The Justice League Dark and Wonder Woman Witching Hour. Actually, I think that's the one I grabbed, not the other one. I always got them mixed up. 2 covers, of which, of course, Riccardo Federici did the cover B. 43,456. So these covers are stunning, don't get me wrong, and they're great in your PC, but they ain't going to show you much dollar, I don't think. Batgirl, issue 28. 2 covers, of which, of course, my man Joshua Middleton does the cover Bs. 37,397. Still not too bad. Anything under 40 is not too bad. But it's not going to be another Batgirl 23, because I think that had literally about 23,000. Middleton's getting hot, and so are his books. Deadpool 5 in at number 10. 37,189. Of course, that was the Garbage Pail Kids homage. Managed to grab one of those, and one from my friend. In at 11, Suicide Squad, issue 47. Of course, Francesco Martino's been doing the cover Bs. 35,715. What If Punisher, number 1. 2 covers, I grabbed that book. 35,633. Aquaman 41. Of course, Middleton's does the B covers. 35,121. Shuri, number 1, just came out recently. 34,425. There is a Travis Charest 1 in 50 incentive at 685 copies or less. Spider-Girls, number 1, 33,811. There is a Decal 1 in 50 incentive at 675 copies or less. Books of Magic. I just picked this one up last week. 3 covers, one of which was the Middleton at the B cover. 32,284. So you're basically saying 11,000 per cover. Spider Force, issue 1. This had the first appearance of Astro Spider and Spider Kid. 32,076. There was a Will Robson 1 in 25 at 1,280 copies or less, and a Ryan Benjamin incentive 1 in 50 at 640 copies or less. 18. Red Hood and the Outlaws, issue 27. 2 covers, of which the B covers are done by Yasmin Putri. Stunning, aren't they? 30,343. 19. Life of Captain Marvel, issue 4. 27,418 copies. There was a Yen Bartel 1 in 25 incentive at 1,095 copies or less. Deathstroke 36. That was probably the best Matina work for me. That was the Rogues Gallery, I believe. He did the B cover. 27,299. It's not too bad. You're getting under 30, you're laughing, I think. Shatterstar, I picked this one up. They're really starting to drop now, guys. Shatterstar, issue 1. There was a new character in that. I can't remember which one. 23,210. There was an Ivan Sharvin 1 in 50 incentive at 470 copies or less. Wow, good book to have. Blackbird, issue 1. There were 2 covers. 23,053. In at number 23. Daredevil 610. I'm going to pick that up tomorrow. First full appearance of Vigil. 22,466. Number 24. Pick this one up. Cursed Comics Cavalcade. Issue 1. It was the Halloween special, wasn't it? 20,275. 25. I'm happy about this one, because I have both covers. This is Dead Rabbit, issue 1. 19,031. But there was a Dave Johnson 1 in 10 incentive, which I have at just 1,900 copies or less. That is being talked about big time to be optioned. So if you've got that 1 in 10, that is a great book to have. Unstoppable Wasp, issue 1. 17,293. And there was a Yasmin Putri 1 in 50 incentive at 345 copies or less. Hex Wives. I picked up the Stunning Jenny Friesen cover, B. There were 2 covers, 17,158. 28. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 32. There were 16,735. There was a Linda Lithian 1 in 25 incentive at 665 copies or less. Exorcisters. Didn't pick this one up. Issue 1, 13,982. There was a David LaFontaine 1 in 25 incentive at 555 copies or less. Number 30, Exiles number 9. 11,884. There was a Razal 1 in 25 incentive at 475 copies or less. Juke Joint came out recently. 2 covers, 11,863. Weatherman, issue 5 in at number 32. 7,624. There was a Ryan Sook 1 in 25 incentive at 3,000 copies or less. Ice Cream Man, issue 8, the one I've pre-ordered and I'm probably not going to get, because that's Forbidden Planet for you. In at 33, there were 2 covers. Of course, there was that stunning clown cover from Vanessa Del Rey, the cover B. There's 7,303 copies of that, so you're half in that, aren't you? Sparrowhawk, issue 1, 7,123. There was a Stephen Hans 1 in 15 incentive at 470 copies or less. I was looking for that, could not find it anywhere. Dead Kings, 2 covers, issue 1. I've got both covers. 5,472. Yeah, that's getting good now. Lodger, issue 1. Passed on this. 5,302. There was a Bill Sinkovich 1 in 10 incentive at 530 copies or less. Judge Dredd, Toxics. I picked up the John Gallagher cover. Cover B. There were 4 covers. 5,094. Lollipop Kids, 2 covers. 4,817. I know my friend Comic Vantage loves that book. Return of the Wolverine. This is a good one. It It was the error printing book, Return of the Wolverine, issue 1, second print. Just 4,699 copies. That's a good one to have. Delighted to have it. Tarna, which is an indie book, issue 3, 2 covers, 4,531. WWE, issue 21, 3,685 copies. There was a Marco Del Afonso 1 in 15 incentive at 245 copies or less. 42, Eric the White Wolf 2. I got the cover that looks like Null from Venom. 2 covers, 3,597. This is a book I'm delighted to have found recently in Forbidden Planet in Bristol. These Savage Shores is a vampire tale, issue 1, 1,894. Delighted. Ogre. I picked up a second copy in the week, which I should be sending to Comic Vantage. 1,506. That book is hot, hot, hot. Number 45, Uncle Scrooge 37. Less than 1,200. Andrea Fercero, 1 in 10 incentive at 120 copies or less. 46, Uncle Scrooge 38. Less than 1,200. Marco Gervasio, 1 in 10 incentive at 120 copies or less. I can never find these Uncle Scrooges. I do look. Nancy in Hell. Should be looking for this one now. Issue 47. Nancy in Hell number 3. Less than 1,200. There's a Romero Borello 1 in 10 incentive at 120 copies or less. And Rejected, a book that I've ordered and been told by Forbidden Planet they haven't got any. Rejected, the second print of issue 1. Less than 1,200. You know, it's got that striking red cover. 1,200 books. And finally, Riptide 3, another book I've pre-ordered. I'm probably not going to get. Less than 1,200 copies. So that's it, guys. If you want low printed books, indie books are definitely the way to go. That's Dazzie, over and out. Bye for now. Stay tuned for more.